Alright, we are live. It's going to take a few minutes because normally I wait a few minutes to let everybody know what's going on the channel and get on so that way we can see the comments of what people are posting up.
Can you see them on your phone?
Yeah, and you can, well, I can give you this one, that way you can see it too. I'll grab my other phone and you can,
I'm gonna keep this open though, just in case they ask for alternatives, because that's the one thing that sucks is that they haven't provided us all the different options. They're just pushing this one on us.
oh wow.
So you have to ask yourself like, why?
I know that this is just kind of the beginning. You know, that's why I asked when you said about that with California, I was like, oh wait, what was the original number? Because everything, as it's going along, they're going to hit these speed bumps along the way that are going to make it cost more. And, you know, for us taxpayers, they're all about not raising the taxpayer prices or taxpayers' money or whatever we've got to play in. Yet they're trying to do all of this. So, what we can do here. And actually, I'll grab my other phone because it's got a clean screen, and you can use that one so that way I got mine, and that way both of us can read at the same time if we need to. But nobody's on just yet, but they are coming. Go ahead.
Are you gonna be home for a little while? Well, I'm at S.P.I.D in Greenwood. It's gonna be about 30 minutes. Okay.
So what's up, guys? This is Team Hardlight Capt.Eric, and I'm here with Rachel. I want to butcher your last name. Caballero. I should be able to say that. Come on, man. For some reason, I think I remember the last time when Nick butchered it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was trying not to say it. So.
We don't think though.
All right. Well, there you go, so that we can see
if we have questions.
And see who's on there. What's up, John, and Curtis? All right, guys. So what's going on is right now it's the city council.
Yes.
They're trying to get funds approval for a desalination plant here in the Bay of Corpus Christi, where they have four areas that they wanted. Five. Okay, so I remember something about like this. They were talking about in Port Aransas. We raised the red flag on that, you know, along with everybody out of Port A. They already had a petition going. They were trying to get it stopped over there. As far as I know, it got stopped over there, but when I saw the email yesterday, that's still one of the proposed points that they want to put it in at. All right, guys, so the deal about these desalination plants is they're going to suck out all the fresh water and put all the salt and debris back into that area. They're not going to transport it elsewhere. They're going to be putting it right back in there, which is going to raise the salinity level in that area, virtually killing everything, because nothing will be able to survive. It'll turn it into a brine, and basically it'll be cooking everything that it comes in contact to. And I know in our bay, we don't have a huge influx of a lot of fresh and salt water, or fresh water to circulate with. Yes, we have the Packery Channel that's here. We have the Port A one, but I mean, that's a huge gap in between water salinity being able to
make its way out.
Yes, and there's times, and y'all seen it, when we had the red tide come through, or even the brown tide. I don't know if y'all remember that or not. The brown tide came through, and basically there was a huge death triangle in the Bay of Corpus Christi. Everything was dead. There was nothing alive, and that was for a long time. It took a long time for that to recoup, and that was a natural phenomenon. Imagine an unnatural phenomenon happening in there. It's going to decimate everything, guys. Like, this is not even something to even play with. I can't believe they're even letting it on the table, but they already got approved for
the intake permit.
Now, why would you even have that even approved? Like,
well, and the organization, the government organization that approves it is called the TCEQ, and historically speaking, they've never denied a permit. So now we have foreigners coming into town, and I just participated in this last week in Ingleside. They have foreigners coming to town from Europe, Norway, Canada, because they know that they can easily get permits to decimate our water here and get approvals for them.
And that's that's one of the biggest oxymorons I've ever heard in my life, because the U.S. is all about protecting its environments and this and that, you're gonna let this slide through. Like, how? Like, I'm sorry, and I know it's not you, I'm just kind of venting here, because I know this is not just about the fishing. It's gonna decimate everything that has to do with it. I mean, look, Bobble Hall Pier by itself, just that one item taken off the board has caused so much loss of revenue here in the city. Now imagine taking out the whole bay of Corpus Christi.
And I think that, and then if you can put the pieces together, they haven't started Bob Hall Pier. They keep telling us it's going to start, and now they've given us a date of next month where it's going to start. So we're going to hold them to the fire on that. But why are they trying to keep us away from our water? Why are they keeping us away, trying to keep us away at Pins? Why are they trying to not have us go to Bob Hall Pier? Now, why are they trying to ruin Corpus Christi Bay? And it's all over money. It's for industry. And so, and that's, we, you know, this is almost like a call to action to get like all the fishermen people, the surfers, you know, anybody that we can to show up to city council tomorrow. And it's at the RTA building tomorrow at 11:30. You have till 11:30 to sign up if you want to speak. And then they usually start allowing public comment around 11:45 and 12 o'clock. The hard part about the whole situation is these government elected community members, they're not listening to us at all. Because we've been going in there and saying, hey, we don't want to do this. We don't want it in our bay. We don't want to pay for it. We don't need it, Albert. We don't need it.
That's the biggest one right there.
Yeah.
It's like paying for it and then, exactly, we really don't need it. Like,
No, we're the minority user of the water. We only use 16%.
Yeah.
The rest goes to industry. And it's funneled out through Sanpat County, and we are not the majority user. We don't need the water. Industry needs it for expansion. And that's what the community needs to understand, because we're getting fear-mongered. Where it's like, we're running out of water. We're running out of water. You might as well put a close sign at the beginning of Corpus if we don't do this. And that's not true. It's 100% not true. The community does not need the water. It is industry that needs water for expansion. And I'm not willing to sacrifice our bay. I'm not willing to sacrifice our water. That's why I'm a defender of the Texas Open Beaches Act. I've been trying to annihilate this guy out in Galveston, Mays Middleton, because he's trying to privatize our beaches. And that's how these crooked politicians do it. They go through, hey, they're going to notice in Corpus, so let's try to do it with this Galveston senator. And so we're staying on top of that guy too. And it's insanity, but it's the price tag on this, Albert, is
hold on.
Yeah.
Let's I'm gonna get the board on this one just so y'all truly understand.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive for any resident that pays taxes here. Like, we're gonna be on the hook for the entirety of this project. And the scary thing about it is that our property taxes are gonna go up, our water rates are gonna go up. That was already proven in Carlsbad, California, where they got a desalination plant and their water rates tripled. And then and they're saying that there's a strain on the power grid, yet a desalination plant is the size of a small city, and it needs electricity. So they're gonna have to get with AEP and bring out a whole, electric area just for the desalination alone. So we're in a little bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I need to find a way to put this up, because this is something that if you don't really see the numbers, let's do this. Let's move.
See if I can get the.
Hold on. I gotta find a way to put it up so we can stand and see it.
Yes, and Jimmy James, that we should not have desalination here. It is gonna ruin our tourism. It's going to ruin our ability for fishing. And I think it's extremely ignorant of our electeds to think that this isn't gonna trickle into, pins and all those other things.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it's just the smarts, like you said. I mean, and here's the real deal. And I'm gonna bring this over here real quick so we go on that side.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the real math, guys.
Reorient.
Yeah. All right. Right here. Just real quick. All right, so they're talking $500 million, right?
535 million to be exact.
Okay, so let's do this real quick, just so we can kind of give you all an idea. Back in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was 220 mil is what they asked for.
Yeah.
4 years later.
4 years. It's $1 billion.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels like a Friday to me. It really does. It's already increased from 220 million to $1 billion. That's almost 5 times the amount they originally requested for. And here's the thing, guys. Salt water eats everything. Everything. There's nothing survives salt water unless you're a coral reef. And even then, those ain't surviving either because of human intervention. So they asked for 220, and 4 years later, it's 5 times that amount. Right now, they're asking for
535.
535 million. It's
211, I think it is.
211,000 at 2024. Okay. What happens in 4 years when all we have seen is nothing but growth or cost of everything has doubled, quadrupled? Let's just say 2 times that amount. Just for shits and grins, and literally saying being as conservative as possible. That's already 1.2 billion in taxpayer money, guys.
Industry is not contributing to this at all.
But they want the water.
But they're the ones that need the water.
Yeah.
We don't need it. They need it.
So again, guys, I mean, this is just this. You nailed on something very important earlier, and it was talking about how it's going to kill, the ecosystem there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are all the businesses that live on? I thought it was double-sided. For some reason, it was double-sided. Okay, we have fishing,
Mm-hmm.
hotel,
Mm-hmm.
restaurant.
Yep. Lexington, the aquarium.
Tours that they do. All tourism.
All the piers. You're talking the bird watchers. You're talking Texas A&M.
Yeah.
You think students are going to
Bird.
want to go to Texas A&M
Turtles.
whenever they're surrounded by refineries? No.
Birds, turtles, fish, humans. I mean, everything's going to be affected. So even the turtle guys that are so big on saving the turtles need to pay attention to this, because you know what? We're there for their battles.
Right.
When they were trying to shut down this, no, keep that open. Like, they're so against everything that it does make it difficult for everybody to do their job properly. But if they're trying to put something in that's going to shut all of this down, where's the end date? This is a bottomless pit. It's going to continue going and going and going. Oh no, we found something to make it work. And we found something to make it work. Hey guys, this ain't a lab.
No,
a lab, they can sit there and make mistakes all day and it don't cost them as much. This is talking about billions of dollars of industry. Okay, this is just taxpayer money. But the reality, right now, it's sitting at that. If you include all of that, that's actually going to be affected. As soon as that goes into play, it's going to start taking its toll. There's going to be a domino effect. It's going to be the one main line, and it's going to branch off to 4, and then it's going to branch off. Have you ever seen those domino deals where they set them up and they have everything going up through the roof? And that's going to be us, guys. So,
and they're not telling the community, but these desalination plants are experimental. there has never been a desalination plant proposed in a bay the way we have, where it's a bit of a whirlwind. So that brine is not going to exit the bay the way that they're anticipating, I don't believe. Because it's a spin, it's on a spin cycle almost. And then you have, elected officials who have homes in on Corpus Christi Lake. They have homes in the Virgin Islands, beachfront homes. They don't care what they do to our water here. This is our community though, and we have to fight for it. And that's why I'm pleading with the community to try to show up tomorrow to City Council so they can see that we're not playing this game with them. We're not gonna pay for it. If industry wants it, they need to pay for it, and they need to pay for the pipeline to go out into the Gulf far enough to not impact our way of life here, or our sea life, or anything else for that matter.
Exactly. I mean, if they can tote in hundreds of billions of gallons of oil on our water, I mean,
yeah.
And it's fresh water, like, I mean,
yeah.
And then out there, it's a lot more water circulation going on. It's gonna have an impact out there, but it's not gonna be on the grand scheme of being in a closed environment. We're basically in a closed environment.
Yep.
When the tides come in on the beach, I've seen where the beach is flooded to the dunes, yet the bays ain't even rose a few inches. That tells you the amount of circulation that we have in here is nothing compared to what they need for this to happen. And they're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill everything. The whole city will feel this. And if y'all are sitting there doubting anything we're saying, I'm telling you guys, that's why they raised the bridge and all of that with
the port.
Well, not just the port, over here, right past Red Dot, that feeder road and all of that. They were trying to raise all of that because the salinity in that one little area is so high that people say you can't drown. Like literally, you can go out there and you can float. If you can't float normally, that you'll float because you can't drown. Now they're going to do that to the Bay of Corpus Christi. That is going to be something that, like I said, guys, and you said it's at the RTA building, so
yeah.
That's not going to be
it's not at City Hall. It's going to be the RTA because they're doing, more taxpayer dollars. They're renovating City Hall. But the other thing to keep in mind is this is just one desalination plant. We're only talking about one. They're proposing 5 within the bay. 5. Not just this one, but 5. And we have to stop them now. This is the time where we speak up and we say, we are not on board for this. We're not going to sacrifice our community for this. And you guys are going to have to pound sand. And we have to ask ourselves these questions. Isn't there any community involvement?
Why isn't the news talking about
right.
it? Like,
why isn't there town halls saying, hey guys, this is what we're thinking, this is what we're considering? No, we've had one, we just found out about this on Friday, I believe, when they put out the agenda. And there are 10 items on the agenda having to do with desalination. And this is where we step in and we tell our local government, they did it in Ingleside last week. The Ingleside elected officials, the mayor and all the councilmen, they told a refinery to pound sand because they wanted to build an ammonia plant out there. And they all voted against it and they said, we are representatives of this community. We're not representatives of your industry. So, and they fought for their community. And that's what we're hoping that the city of Corpus Christi City Council will do for us. I'm not optimistic. We've got a few allies on council, but not enough to be the majority vote. And so we need to start putting the pressure on them. I've sent Albert the emails of everybody that needs to be contacted. And if you can't make the meeting, completely understandable. They have them during the day, so we can't make it. But minimally, please send the email and say, hey guys, we're against this desalination deal. We're against paying for it, and we're against it being in our bay. Industry needs to step it up. The industry, they are multi-billion-dollar corporations that are for-profit, profitable billion-dollar corporations, and they're coming to us little guys saying, hey, we need $1.2 billion of your tax money. And think about what we're leaving to our kids. we're leaving them dead and no fishing, nothing.
Here's the biggest thing too. Right there, you kind of struck the nerve, and this is something that I was thinking about a little while ago. As I was watching that video with them talking about Bob Hall Pier and why they don't want to put it up and why this and why that, yet they're willing to try to let this crap happen when they're already talking about they can't even fix their own roof. What is going on here for them to say, oh, let's forget about that, let's make this happen?
Well, and
there's something there, and if you read between the lines, guys, we're all smart enough to sit there and look at it and be like, okay, you're telling us no for something that is positive toward the community. Bob Hall Pier is a money-making machine out there.
Yep.
But you're going to put something out there that's going to take everything away instead. 5 times over. I mean, I was just talking about here locally with one. I was actually trying to look for the picture that you sent me, where they're all proposed. Actually,
Albert Nick, it's in the Nick one.
Okay, hold on, real quick. She sent me all the emails, guys. I'm gonna forward all the emails to you right now on the comments. So give me just a second. We need to bombard these guys and let them know we mean business, because for all the guys that are trying to come down and visit, this is your opportunity to let them know that, hey, you're a tourist. And what's crazy is they value your dollar more than our dollar.
Yep.
So your emails to go in there and tell them all is very, very important. All right, so it limited me to 95 characters. So there's one email that didn't get on there, but I'll go ahead and say.
And for any of you guys that have driven in Corpus, for the locals and for anybody out of towners that have come to Corpus, you guys have seen our streets and how horrible they are. We had a big debacle last fall in November of last year, because the city has told us the water gardens, they couldn't maintenance the water gardens, so it cost $9 million in repairs. They needed money for the American Bank Center because they haven't properly been maintaining the American Bank Center. They have not been properly maintaining our streets and fixing our streets. They're not even properly maintaining our infrastructure, but we're supposed to trust them with a billion-dollar project when they can't even take care of the small stuff. Like, we have to fight. We have to use our heads, and we have to fight these guys, because nothing that they're doing right now is making sense. They're trying to destroy our city. We have a city manager who's from Connecticut, and he's been out of San Antonio for 10 or 15 years. Those people don't care about us. They're coming here, they're making their money, and they're leaving. They're not long-termers. This is our home, and we have to fight.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Can you forward me that picture again?
Yes.
So that way I can post it on this, or actually I can show it to them, because I can't.
Yeah.
Let me do pictures on the live chat, and this is something that I'm hoping YouTube will finally catch up one day, because every video feed or any other social media platform you can post a picture. So I'm gonna she's gonna send it to me real quick.
Yeah. Let me pull this up real fast.
And I'm gonna show it to y'all. These are the 5 proposed desalination plants that they want to put in, and she also has in there the different areas of tourism. Lexington, the Texas State Aquarium, where they are located within that vicinity of those plants. So again, guys, or actually, can't show them.
I don't know how to do that, but.
Right there, guys. Those are the 5 plants that they're planting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's those circles with the number in it. The red circles are the other things that are going to be affected in those areas. You got Port 8 jetties, you got USS Lexington, Cole Park, the Texas A&M University, the Lexington. I mean, there's just all of that. And that's not including like Mustang Island, Padre Island, everything on this end of the picture. Like, this whole area will become a dead zone because of that. And the stuff that's coming in from here is going to kill all of those bays up in there. And all this is going to do is trickle downward and ruin up the Laguna Madre as well. Yep. So Baffin and all of them, you can say bye to all of that, guys. Even though you're not right here in our vicinity, you are close enough that it's gonna trickle down. It may take a couple of years. You may have 3 to 4 years of a window, maybe 5. But with that much salinity going into there, it's going to find its way down. Salt water is heavier than fresh water.
Yep.
So if you actually look on the earth, where is it going to go? And it's going to go down. And the easiest way for it to go down is through the other salt water that's there. It's not going to battle against salt water coming in. It's going to take the easiest route out, guys. So this is very important.
Least resistance.
Yes, exactly. Path of least resistance. So again, guys, this is you keep saying it's at the RTA building. What room number and all of that?
As soon as you walk in, it's on the second floor, and security will guide you through. If you want to speak, you can sign up online until 11:30. And as long as you get there by 11:45, that's around when they start public comment.
Where do they go online so they can join into the public comment?
That website is, I can send it over to you here. I might be able to pull it up really quick.
Better send it to me and I'll post it right here.
Okay.
So that way they can check it out, but then I'll also...
It's pretty easy. If you go to City of Corpus Christi, public comment, if you Google that, it'll take you right there. City of Corpus Christi, public comment. I'm trying to pull that up right now. It's www.cctexas.com/sign-in.
Okay,
www.cctexas.com/sign-in. Yep, that's it.
All right, guys. So public comment right there. Like I said, tomorrow, I know a lot of y'all guys, I see y'all too much on my lives. I love it though. I love it. I love that y'all are there. Devote some time to go in there and speak and let them know we're not about this. And then when they start hearing from all the tourists that are hearing about this, and soon their favorite little spot to come and fish, kick back, enjoy the sights and smells. That's gonna be the other thing. Y'all know when y'all pass over the Laguna Madre over here by its red dot when the tide is super low, the smell of it. For some of them, it's too overbearing. No, they don't like that. I'm sorry, I'm a fisherman. I'm kind of okay with that to an extent. To even where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fish that area because it stinks too bad. And imagine the whole Bay of Corpus Christi being like that. It will come. No, it's not. Yes, it will. I'm sorry. There's too much salinity in one area, and all it's going to be done is just killing everything. So soon, everybody with waterfront property is going to have dead fish kills right in front of their area. So it's not just going to be that. I mean, it's going to be a domino effect, guys. Like we need everybody's support.
Email. If you can't make it, please email, because we need to bombard them with emails.
Yeah, like we did the last time. I think they called it, they're like, all right, we've got enough phone calls. I said, nope, they're going to keep coming.
Yep.
You keep them coming, you keep bombarding it, because it's going to let them know that we are paying attention. We're not going to have our eyes poked out, especially for the tourist guys. Like, you already know how much it costs to come down here. Now imagine coming down here, having to pay for this, because guess where the tax dollars are coming from too? Tourist dollars. Y'all coming down, spending your money, you're actually paying for this as well. It's not just us paying it. Y'all coming in, y'all spending your money in all these places. And even if you don't, you're going to watch the birds, you're going to check out the turtles, you just go on bike rides, you're still paying for it, guys. So again, this has been a real gripe session. But
what about the health concerns for humans too? I think about if we get sick, and guess what? They're going to start suing these companies. And where's that going to come from?
Exactly. She nailed it earlier when she said, because they are not coming out of their pocket. It's not their business doing it. It's our taxpayer money doing it. So who are you going to sue when you start getting sick because of all of this going on? Nobody.
Yep.
We don't stop that now, it's going to be you to blame. And me.
Yep.
It's going to be us. We are in this together, whether we like it or not, guys, whether we say eye to eye or we don't. At the end of the day, all of our health is on the line with this decision, guys. Our health, our money. I mean, we're already every business right now is struggling. How many major stores have already closed in Corpus because they can't afford to remain in business. I'm telling you right now, we are struggling to remain in business.
Oasis County has some of the highest property taxes in all of the state of Texas.
And you want to make them higher.
Yep, and this is going to amplify. In Carlsbad, California, the water rates alone tripled. So you can imagine what that's going to do for water, property, and utilities like electrical. It's not. This is
And
bad.
who's not going to foot the bill? Big business.
Yep.
They're putting it all back on us. Just like when they were asking about they've had the same prices for what, 35 years
Yep.
or something like that?
Yep.
They've not had a price increase. You and me have.
Mm-hmm.
We all have. Like, we live here, we're the ones footing the bill for it. And then when they were finally asked for it, after they make millions a second, $1 million a second to keep running business, you're asking them for, just to pay what is owed, or at least meet us halfway kind of deal. They took it away from the schools. So right now is a prime opportunity to tell them to go pound sand, because they're taking away from our schools and more, because they want to put it back in their pocket instead of helping out the community that's been helping them make that $1 billion a second.
Yep.
And we know this. And how many companies are out there making $1 million a second? All the ones.
Refinery Road.
Right, yeah.
All
You
over
smell them
Refinery Road.
every day. You're driving on 37. You smell them. That's their money. And where are we at? Struggling just to, nope. All right.
So get out there, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, now you know why I get so amped up too, because it's like, man, if we had elected officials that were on our side, we wouldn't be going through this right now.
Side note, guys, I know she has not talked about this at all. This is not why she came in here. I invited her in here, but we need a vote for her. When's the next vote to
So
get you in there?
I'm running for the county commissioner in Nueces County in Precinct 1 as a Republican in the Republican primary. My opponent has been in local office for 37 years, and he is making backdoor deals and breaking the Texas Open Meetings Act by meeting with the port commissioners behind closed doors when they're not supposed to. And he is advocating and pushing hard for the 5 desalination plants in our bay. So I'm running against him to keep him from accomplishing his goal. So Rachel Caballero, it's Nueces County Commissioner, Precinct 1. March 5th is the primary.
And you'll be seeing her out there fishing with us, with y'all.
Yep.
She's a local. She fishes. She understands what all of this means for all of us, guys. And to have somebody that's backdooring all of us this whole time needs to go. I mean, they've been in office this long. This is how they're making their money, is by backdooring all of us. And we're not doing anything about it. It's time for a change, guys. She didn't want to bring nothing up, and it's all me. I'm bringing this up because I asked her, she goes, no, I just want this. This is all she wanted to talk about. But we need somebody that's going to defend us.
Yep.
And,
Well, and let us know. Nobody's warning us.
I found out because of her. Like all the other meetings, we're finding out because of you, or through Nick, or through the Wind Surfers Association. Did I say that right? Wind Riders,
The Texas Surf Riders.
There you go. Texas Surf Riders Association. Them guys have been on the battlefront the whole time. Nick Myers and then Rachel Caballero.
Yes.
Said that right?
Yeah,
I
you
see.
did.
I know. I can say it. So again, guys, we need somebody on our side that's not about backdooring money. And here's our opportunity, guys. It's coming up. So right now we need to stand together, blow up those emails.
Yep.
Get them notified that we are not standing for this. This is just the start. Multiply that times 2 or 3, and that's what we're going to be paying in about 3 to 4 years. Mark my words, guys. Right here. I feel like
You heard it first.
The Simpsons. Right here, guys. This is, everything that's been going on in The Simpsons, they've been finding it's happening. We're telling you, it's going to happen if we don't do something about it, guys. So, all right.
Join
Rachel?
the fight. I hope to see you guys tomorrow at City Council. Thank you so much,
What
Howard.
time again?
11, sign in by 11:30, be there by 11:45, 12 o'clock when public comment starts.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much, Howard. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you.
Rachel, you have a good one.
You
And
too,
y'all
thanks.
too. All right, guys. So again, sorry this was a major unload session of what was going on here, because again, guys, we're a fishing community here, and if that all gets taken away from us because these guys want to pocket something's going on there, guys. They don't want to spend $400,000 on insurance but they want to allow 535 million? Whoa. Come on, it don't take an idiot to figure this one out. Something is going on here, guys, and we are going to be up shit creek without a paddle, guys. All of us together. So we need to stand up, say no, and blow their emails up, guys. All day today, all day tonight, all the way until it gets completely removed off the board. And then keep complaining about Ball Pier, making sure, hey, letting them know we're still on it. We're not going to stop until everything gets put back to an upgraded version. I mean, we're not asking for the greatest. We're asking for our fishing pier back at minimum. Get Michael Mays back there, that'd be a bonus. I mean, they did a great job out there. They really did. So again, guys, y'all have a good one. I'm out. And yes. Oh, I'm furious. Oh, I'm so furious.
So basically, they're talking $2.83 billion just the first year.
With the one east out there.